How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of MaLioSher Gaming, bringing you round 2 of Grand Arena. So, unlike last time, this time my opponent actually set defense, and they were pretty decent defenses, nothing too spectacular. So, um, it starts out very embarrassing. You're going to notice a mistake I make here at the beginning, but my guildie do not try is gonna have a kick out of this because not only do I do terrible against one opponent here, but I get to fight some Ewoks with my Wampa. So just for you, took him out with my Wampas. So, so you notice here that he's got some relic defenses, nothing too crazy. I expected a lot more because normally in this level of Kyber, there's going to be a lot more people, a lot harder people, will say, and surprisingly, it's pretty easy. So let's get started. So the first guy I'm going to fight here is Revan, and for some reason I always do a terrible job in fighting Revan. I have a lot of teams, but I wasn't sure what they were hiding, and since it's a pretty crappy Revan team, I'm like, well, my bounty hunter should be able to take care of this. Yeah, needless to say, it doesn't go well. I'm not quite sure what, I would have done differently here, but once they get going, they just pretty much pummel me. I think that if I would have concentrated a bit more on their Darth Malik instead of trying to kill the weakest person to get the award, the contract, I think it would have gone a lot better. But I wasted a lot of attacks going on other people, so needless to say, it does not go very well. They're just, once they get that train going, they just stun me, and everyone has shock, and yeah, it's pretty darn embarrassing. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm not sure if I would have done anything differently besides maybe not using this bounty hunter team, but it was embarrassing. As you can see, they just kind of walked all over me. And to finish out, wah wah wah. Nice defeat. But don't worry, it gets better. I swear it does. I can hear my guildies laughing their butts off right now. One of my favorite counters for fighting Karyu is Padme. Granted, it's probably a bit of an overkill. There's lots of other teams that can do it. It's just like bounty hunters with CLS. I always love to do Padme versus Kylo Ren Unmasked. It's another one of those guaranteed victories. Whoa, what is up with the graphics? The shadows are all crazy. Very odd. This game, for making billions of dollars, it's got so many graphical errors and bugs and stuff like that it's, I don't know. It's kind of crazy the amount of money they make, and they still have so many bugs. Nice, easy victory. One more poke should do it. Okay, 2 more pokes. There you go. On to the next one. Ah, once again, my menagerie of animals in the background there. Can't be anywhere in the house without hearing the darn birds. So here I'm deciding, do I want to go... I definitely didn't want to use my CLS versus the bounty hunters because that was way overkill. So, and this is another overkill that I know that DNT's gonna say, oh, why would you use a gas against this? I don't know, my gas isn't that great of a team, so like he's not that strong. Like he's the only decent member. Everyone else is like only gear 11 or barely 12. So it's not like it's like a superb team to use LTO. Granted, they win pretty much every battle I set him up against, but it's, I don't know, it's a bit overkill, but I like it. I like to do guaranteed victories, despite my last one not being a very good guaranteed victory there. Another great thing about using gas here is that since people that he kills don't resurrect, Django doesn't resurrect, and neither does the other guy. Another easy full point to victory. So here I plan to use, probably going to use imps against the Mothma there, and one of my other favorite things to do is use Night Sisters against any kind of Jedi team, because normally Jedis don't heal too much, and Night Sisters seem to do a really good job against them. So this team, sure, they have a healer, but once I kill Varys, it's pretty much super easy battle. So we're going to start off, kill off Varys first, that way once I get the plague going, no one else is going to be able to heal it. And almost one shot. Close. Clean up with the zone. And then pretty much it's just super easy, just kill the rest of them. That's the beauty about Plague, is just it deals damage directly to their health. So Jedis may have millions of points of protection, but since it goes right through their, ignores their protection, it's great. And nice, easy battle again. Last guy, Qui-Gon. So I thought that my opponent had the Zeta on Qui-Gon, which should have been that no one was able to die before him, but for some reason I was able to kill everybody off. So I don't know what happened there that his Zeta didn't stop it, because if I'm not mistaken, the Qui-Gon Zeta should be that while he's active, no other Jedi should have been able to be defeated. Maybe since he had a whatchamacallit there, a clone, it didn't count, and like for some reason the Zeta didn't, the Omnicron didn't even, take effect. Here we're gonna clean up. We're gonna kill off the rest of this First Order team. I'm gonna do it with a little bit of Empire. Should be super easy. Another easy victory ahead. So the only scary person here is Kylo. So fracture him, get everyone else, start working down everybody else. And another great thing is that they counter a lot, so it's another one of those kind of like, you're going to kill yourself by attacking the type of teams. Pass the turn meter to old man over here. out his AoE. Once he's done, the battle's pretty much over because there's literally no one else that can do anything. So. Another great thing about this team is that we've got 3 people with AoE attacks. So I've taken out some decent Night Sister teams with this team also. Just the sheer fact that I did a Night Sister before, and even not great Geo team, but anytime you have AoEs, it's great against Geos. So this team here, what I'm going to do is I plan to take them out with some Sith. That way, well, let's clean up this first. I probably should have fought this team with my CLS to begin with, but I thought my bounty hunters had it. And it's weird because like they can take off some decent stuff, but it was not their day. So we're gonna stun good old Badsty. And Malik's done. Game over. Malik's done. See, you should have done this from the beginning. I'll probably try that next time. Malik Darth Revan? Yeah, one shot. No problem. And that's how the first battle should have gone. That crap that I showed. At least it was a nice redeeming fight. And then for these Imperial Troopers, we're gonna go with Sith, whatchamacallit, have Traya as the lead. That way, as they attack a ton, they're once again gonna kill themselves. I'm all about having my enemy kill themselves for me via either Traya lead or any kind of other like countering, because if you can counter and have them kill themselves, you don't have to waste the energy. And they're pretty crappy, so I could probably just do it with these 4 and not have a problem. Traya may die, but one of these days I gotta relic my Traya. I use her all the time, and I never bothered getting her past gear 10. It's like one of those great characters that for some reason I don't level her up enough. Keep poking here. Let them do their thing. So, very surprised how good of Palpatine, or Darth Sidious, is. Like, he hits pretty good. For being a really crappy character, he's actually halfway decent. So one by one, we're going to finish them off. And one more hit should do it. Goodbye. Flawless victory. Kind of. Flawless points. Not quite a flawless victory. Max points anyways. Max banners. Let's see what they've got in the back. That is not good. So people that put their GLs in the back are just all sorts of mean. But also, I just don't think it's a good strategy, because you're basically giving up a free territory in the front, versus if you were to put that in the front, who's to say that I'm going to get past it? And, why give up a territory? And here, just for do not try, one of my guildmates, our Thrawn in real life, our master strategist of gaming geeks, my guild. Here is a Wampa killing some Ewoks on auto. Like, yep, they're just gonna poke him, and he's gonna really poke them back. I kind of feel bad for them. They had no idea what was coming. It's just anytime you attack them, it's just brutal. Poke. This is a really good counter. Like I never tried it before. I'm glad you mentioned it because literally anytime I ever see Ewoks again, I'm just gonna send my Wampa at them. 68 banners. Can't beat that. It's just hilarious. So now that I'm gonna take a pause from the back row there, just because I'm gonna make sure that I could get through the front, see what kind of ships they've got. But that Jedi Master Luke, I don't know. I hate fighting him. I have terrible luck fighting him. Like I get maybe half, not even half the times can I beat him on arena. But gladly, it doesn't look like it's in like an arena ready Master JML. The problem is like I don't have my arena team with me because my arena team, consists of Ray and Gas, Jedi Knight Revan, Hoda, and what call it, Luke there. So all those people are split up, but we'll see. We'll see. At least we're gonna start off with a nice easy victory here for some Mothma against my Imperial Troopers. Granted, these are a bit good, with my Relic 8 Piet there, getting him ready for when I got my Executor. And just like that, in a couple seconds. Nice, easy, full banner victory. So, moving on to the next one. Now we're going to finish off getting rid of these bounty hunters. And I don't have my CLS. Granted, this is not even a CLS worthy team. Let's see what we got left to take them out. So, funny thing is that while I was doing this recording, I was in the middle of washing dishes, and my finger kept getting wet, and like I'd go to touch something in the screen and it wasn't like being recognized. So I'm gonna have fun here. Put my good old relic, yeah, not yet. Gear 10 Sith Eternal on them. I figure it's a new shiny toy. Might as well put him to use. He's not quite ready to do anything yet. He's only Gear 10 and he doesn't have his ultimate yet. So, but still more than enough. Considering that I probably could have soloed this battle with just Vader. But, I gotta play with the new toys too. And Vader ends up doing 99% of the work anyways, but Might as well put him to use. I think this is the first time I've literally used him in anything, because he's still craptastic, so not geared at all, so he's not really useful in arena or anything else. But food for thought, when you're doing the C event, gear 10 and gear 11 is enough to do the tiers, let's see, 4 and 5 I've got through with gear 10 for the fourth one, gear 11 for the fifth one. I haven't tried the whatchamacallit, the last tier, but I probably could do it with a gear 12. It's just so easy. It's literally the same thing all the time. So here, the fleets are not very good, but just like Darth Revan, I always have so much trouble fighting a rebel fleet. I don't know, I might be doing something wrong, but for this one here, just throw some people at him. Super easy fight. Probably could have just three-personed it, but I like to bring extra people just in case. I've gotten cocky before and ended up losing, so I just want to make sure that don't underdo it here. So always start off hitting the spy. Sometimes you get lucky and you can one-shot them, but I don't think these are relic bugs. That's why it's so easy. It's like it's so simple. They must have been like gear 12. I didn't even need to look. Soldier. And here I should have brought in Jedi Counselor for an assist, but it's, yeah, done. I overdid a little bit in that battle. Probably should have saved a few more chips for the next one. This is another embarrassing loss, but it turns out to be a win, but it's embarrassing that it's going to take me 2 times. I don't know. Anytime that I get this Rebel fleet, I always like either choke up or something, but it always causes me to not be able to clear it in one shot. Um, totally forgot that I had Malevolence, and I probably could have done it in one time with Malevolence in hindsight, but I'm really big fan of Thrawn. He was my go-to ship for the past like 3-4 years, so out of habit I use him. Now we're gonna get Spy to go, and let's heal up. So I always like to do this for 2 reasons. Gives you attack up and gives them attack down, and I think maybe defense down, but definitely attack down. But it makes your spy basically delete any, like almost anything you're fighting against. The spy will one shot them. And here I realize that it's starting to go pretty south. I like to call in my Phantom to reduce my cooldown. That way I can call in another ship next round. And I need to start getting more ships here because I got one of theirs versus 2 of mine. So get that guy out of the way. One shot them again. I love Spy. That's definitely one of the guys I need to roll up. That's another one of D&T's favorite people. He's got his crazy relics, GOs, which has let him be #1 in the fleets for the past couple of years, and it's just insanely powerful. Let's clean up another guy. And for some reason, he didn't do that much damage there. Granted, I didn't have any other GOs to assist with. I was hoping that would have killed him. Now that he's gone, I knew that I was in trouble. But my ultimate's available next round, and once I kill off their tank, it's pretty much going to be game over next round. But here, I knew that I was screwed. There's no way I was going to win this with one shot. But at least I'm able to get rid of their tank. And here's where the water was preventing me from hitting the tank. I'm like, no, stop it. Let me click. I'm an insta-kill. Like rubbing the phone on my shirt, trying to not stop the recording. So embarrassing defeat, but I come back full strength next time. So, and then here's I'm like, oh, I have Malevolence. I forgot. I probably should have used them to start off, and probably could have won this in the first time. Still working on my my droids there, but it's still going to be a pretty easy cleanup battle. And I'm not very proficient at using Malevolence, and I'm still 100% sure that this is going to win, even though they kill my guy right off the bat. But I'm like, screw it. It's going to be an easy win. Just throw into auto battle and hurry it up. And as we're going through, I'm like, I don't screw this up. Because if my Malevolence fails, yeah, I'm pretty much going to be out of things to like throw at them. But gladly, the Hyena Bomber is one of the most insane tanks in this game. I don't know. I think that Hyena Bomber is probably, in my opinion, the second best tank. I have so much trouble going. I used to have so much trouble going through that thing when I didn't have my Executor. Like, it's anytime that I'm fighting them, it's like they're just insanely strong. He was definitely the MVP of this battle. Keep poking, keep poking. Ha, heal up. One more round or so. I should have my ultimate. Not that I really need it, but it's fun to be able to use it. Not a great victory, but the next battle is going to definitely make up for it because I cannot believe how lucky I got this in this next battle. I was completely positive, like I was just 100% sure that I was going to leave that Jedi Master Luke behind. And thinking back on it, I think they chose a poor leader for this. If they chose a different person to lead, I don't think I would have won this battle. Like even if they had Jedi Master Luke or if they had Revan, I think that that's why I had such an easy time fighting this battle is because they didn't have Jedi Knight Revan on their team, and like it would have totally been a different battle if they had Revan on it. Because here it's like normally when you're stuck fighting JML, he's either taunting forever and you can't get through him, or Revan, is just with his darn savior feat there. But for some reason, I think that I thought that there was a Revan here, and I'm like, yeah, let's get rid of Yoda first. Anytime I fight a team of Jedis, you always go through Yoda, because even at Relic 8, he's just, I don't know, he's so squishy. I don't know if he just doesn't have a lot of life, has one of the poorest defenses in the game or whatnot, but he's probably the squishiest character like I've ever seen, even at Relic 8. And we'll bring our shields up. And here's the moment I'm like, hey, what's Obi-Wan doing here? Like, I was just convinced for some reason that old Ben was Revan, because that's the more logical choice to have here on the team. That this is when I'm like, wait a minute. If that's not Revan, oh, this is totally winnable. So, he's got to wait for his taunt to come down. You don't want to kill old Ben next, because then he just passes on all the buffs and the life and stuff like that. So we're gonna poke at him. Oh darn, I lost a person. And let's kill him anyways. Goodbye. Rey is so good. And even with this like craptastic Rey team, because this is, yeah, sure, it's got resistance and whatnot, but anytime, like, this is not the optimal team. And just Sudden Whirlwind was so insanely strong. That was like a relic. I remember it was 7 or 8 Luke there, just one shot. The Jedi training Rey BB-8 combo is so great. Always call him to assist. You know, get a free attack, and 9 times out of 10 you get healing immunity on whoever you're attacking. So clean that up. And here it's basically just a waiting game for my next either. Sudden Whirlwind is not going to do it because JML still has a lot of life. But the moment my ultimate charges, there's just nothing that can stand in its way. Just to show you, Sudden Whirlwind, barely a scratch on him. But I'm about a turn or so away from getting my my ultimate again. My birds are rooting me on over here. And this is it. And poke. Beautiful, beautiful victory. 57 banners against a Jedi Master Luke is a great, great victory any day. Even like I was blown away. I honestly did not think I was going to win that. And then here it's just like, okay, time to clean up. And just like my other battle that I'm like, who do I want to bring with C? I'm like, you know what? I unlocked Maul. I haven't like literally never used him in a battle yet. Might as well use him in this battle because why not? So I have a ton of characters left over to do this, but let's bring this on. Maul is definitely going to be one of those characters that I gear up pretty soon, just because he's so good. He just gets so many turns, and like he's like gear 8 or something like that, so he does no damage, but just he just goes and goes and goes. Not that one. Watch. Next time he goes, he's gonna go like 5 more times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And look at that. 6. It's crazy. 6 turns in a row. Imagine if he actually had like, if he wasn't gear 7 and actually did damage. That's insane. He's such a good character. Another of my favorite characters in this game is First Order Executioner. He's so strong, and he's just so merciless with his freaking axe there. I know, birds. I know you're getting excited. The battle's almost over. You don't have to keep telling me. And just going and going. Oh, I can't wait to get him stronger because like he's so insanely good. And now it's like, oh, I'm just toying with him right now. Probably should just put it on auto, get them out of their misery. But look how many turn Maul's takes. It's crazy. He just keeps going. He's definitely going to be one of my favorite toys there. You know, I don't know what team I'm going to put him on, but I got to get around to making a Mandalorian team because so many different things require Mandalorians between like Conquest and all the different, whatchamacallit, weekly challenges and whatnot. So, oh well. But once again, guys, thanks for watching. another wonderful full clear against a semi opponent. No offense to them, they probably also saved a bunch of stuff in the back, to make sure that they would have enough things for an attack. But they didn't pose too much of a threat. I'm hoping that it continues to be this easy. They did end up attacking me later on. They did not get through a single territory, so it was a nice solid victory. I don't know what their strategy was, but once again, if you guys have a GL, don't try to be sneaky and put them in the back row and like, oh, you can't get back through my back row. Put them in the front. If they can't get through your front row, that's an entire territory you're saving versus trying to save it for the back row. So I don't know. It's honestly, I would highly not recommend putting any GLs in the front when you can just make your in the back. I'm sorry, when you make your front stronger. But thanks again for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And until tomorrow or so, when the next attack comes, peace.